Hello and welcome to the Duke's Handbook Weekly Am I the Asshole episode, where I just read stuff out and tell people whether or not they're being an asshole or not. So hopefully you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get on with the episode. Oh my God, you're such an asshole. All right, this one here is called, Am I the Asshole for Forcing My Daughter to Cover Up? Right off the bat, I'm going to say no because adult, right? I'm a 45 female and my daughter, 17, obviously female since you're calling her your daughter. Luna is always wearing extremely provocative clothing, such as literal bras as tops. It's kind of white trash, don't you think? I've always been pretty silent on the matter, as I believe it's not my business what she chooses to wear when going to hang out with her friends. Well, a little bit, since, you are the mom. The problem is, today we had a huge family dinner, and our family from Spain, we were able to come to our country. The restaurant we all agreed to go to was very fancy and sophisticated. Again, if this was any other situation, I wouldn't care about what she decided to wear. Luna was going to wear one of those bloody bra tops, like one wrong move, and She also wore the shortest shorts I've possibly ever seen. Well, I mean, like you bought them. I didn't ask for her to fully cover up, as she doesn't like to. I was just asking for her to wear a more modest top and longer shorts. Luna got defensive and told me she didn't want to change. I insisted she changed as she did. She wasn't necessarily mad at me for making her change, but she seemed kind of off on the way home. I'm just wondering if I was the asshole in this situation. Also, I do apologize for any spelling or grammatical errors. Please correct me in the comments. Dude, no, you're not the asshole. You're not the asshole for even asking your daughter to wear, I don't know, something less, what's the word I'm looking for? Slutty. She's seven fucking years old, dude, and you are the mom. So, no, you're not the asshole. And matter of fact, I think it is a little bit more respectful of the parent to be like, dude, come on. Really? You're going to go out wearing that? And especially going to a nice restaurant? Come on. Like, it just seems like white trash to me. To, one, be walking around in just a fucking bra top or whatever, but also to want to do that to a nice restaurant, it's just really unnerving. So no, you're not the asshole. You're being a fucking parent is what you're doing. That's bottom line. And if your daughter has a fucking problem with it, then I tell you what, at 17 years old, when she turns 18, she can move the fuck on out to your house, get her own goddamn place, and then she can dress like a fucking full-blown skank all day, everywhere she fucking goes, and see how that works out, because it's not going to be the best thing to happen. I can tell you that much. It's going to be shitty boyfriend after shitty fucking boyfriend after shitty boyfriend. So, yep, that's my idea on that. But, who am I? Right? Hey, if you're listening or you're watching on YouTube, do me a huge favor. Subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever. It'd be absolutely fantastic to see who's coming and going and who's watching and who's, doing their thing. So anyway, we'd love it if you just hit the subscribe and click that little notification bell. This one's called Would I Be the Asshole If I Began a Doctoral Program Against My Fiance's Wishes? I can't quite understand why your fiance wouldn't want you to be a doctor or anything like that, but I mean, fuck you, right? I, 33 female, and my fiance, 35 male, have been engaged for about 2 years. Recently, I've been pushing him about a date. And he has been insistent that we would get our finances in order first. A date for the wedding. I was wondering what the fuck you were talking about. To him, meaning debt-free, including the wedding. Of course, he is willing to talk as much money as my dad will give for it. I'm assuming take as much money as your dad will give for it. Background is right after the lockdowns, he got really into financial TikTok, Dave Ramsey, blah, 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 and insisted we both become debt-free. We both agreed, but he took it super serious, selling everything. People were actually worried about him. And getting essentially a second full-time job to his credit, he paid off about $60,000 in a year. Meanwhile, I've been finishing my second master's and have been accepted into a PhD program. Yo, take that shit, girl. I know that shit don't come easy. I also want to enjoy my early 30s by attending events and going on trips with our friends. Currently, between student loans, $125,000, my car, $25,000, and credit cards, about $10,000, I am in some pretty high debt, but anticipate my salary to be around $200,000 in 3 years, or double what he is currently bringing home. I say go for it. If your annual salary is going to be well more to pay off $160,000 in debt, I think your fiance would be absolutely ridiculous to not say, get that doctorates, girl. And then he could call you Dr. Dickhead because you guys are together, or Dr. Sweet Tits, or Dr. Sugar Jeans, or something like that, because that's some shit I would do. I'd be like, what's up, Dr. Sugar Tits? Anyway, when I told him I was accepted to the doctoral programs, he lost it. He said a ton of hurtful things about me not growing up. I feel like he is not supporting my dreams and may just have a problem with the fact that I will have a PhD while he has a master's. I also think political differences are becoming more apparent. He says things like, you're dumb for waiting for student loan forgiveness. I feel like he is trying to hold me back from my dreams. Would I be the asshole for not following his advice? Abso-fucking-lutely not the asshole. Go and get that fucking doctorates, girl. And in all honesty, man, I'm going to tell you something. If it don't fucking work out with him, yo, what's up, girl? What's up? No, I'm just kidding. But in all honesty, if it doesn't fucking work out with him, at least you got your goddamn PhD and you're making a fuck ton of money. So, although, I mean, he does have a master's. Maybe he needs to get invited into a doctorate's program if it's accepted for what he's got his master's in. Other than that, no, fuck that. Go do your shit. Get your fucking doctorates. And if he decides that he wants to fuck off and he's all fucking butthurt and mad about it, then either A, he needs to fucking grow up, or B, he'll be okay with it because you guys will be super debt free and have loads of money in the bank as long as you're not spending it stupidly. All right, this one is, am I the asshole for telling my wife I'm that... What? Am I the asshole for telling my wife I'm mad? Come on, man. Okay, whatever. Am I the asshole for telling my wife that I'm mad that she didn't let me have my friends over? Let's read it, because we'll see. Last Saturday, I went over to a friend's house to hang out with the guys. My wife, who gave birth to our son 6 weeks ago, also had her friend over to our house. So I finished up at the gym, head over there, and sat down to play some games. After playing for about 30 minutes, my wife calls me. Her friend is gone now. And asks if I can come home because a bump on her skin has gotten more painful and she doesn't want to be taking care of the baby alone when it's painful for her to stand and walk at this point. Previously, it only hurt while she was sitting. Obviously, I'm disappointed that I have to leave, but it is what it is. So I get up and tell my friend who gave me a ride over that I need him to give me a ride home. Everyone is confused and upset that I'm leaving, especially since now they're going to be short a person for their game. On the ride home, I call my wife and suggest that I just bring my friends over to my house instead. That way, I can help with the baby whenever she needs me to, and I still get to hang out with my friends whenever I'm not needed by her. She says that she doesn't want people over, and we hang up. Oh, from the sounds of it, this just seems like she just hung up on you. At this point, I'm mad. After I get home, I lay down next to her. 15 minutes of silence. She obviously doesn't need me at the moment. I finally ask myself out loud, what am I going to do for the rest of the day? She immediately starts crying and saying, are you seriously mad right now? I tell her yes. I'm not mad that she won't be home, but I'm mad that she won't let me have my friends over when in my mind it makes no difference to her. They'll be out in the living room the whole time. It's not like she's going to be leaving the bedroom anyways, since it hurts for her to walk. She has no reason to in the first place when I'll be in the house and will be available at her beck and call. She says my priorities are all wrong. Well, that's kind of fucked up of her to say that. I tell her that she comes before my friends, but that I don't see why I can't be there for her when she needs help, and then also be able to go out into the living room to see my friends when she doesn't. That way we're both happy, right? Sounds fucking good to me, personally. She gets all the help she needs, and my Saturday plans that I've been looking forward to all week aren't spoiled. She says I don't get it, that she needs moral support, and I won't be able to provide that if my friends are over. I don't understand this because I know for a fact that if I came home and just hung out playing games in the living room when not actively helping her, that she would be fine with that. She even admitted this was true. After we argued, she took an ibuprofen and felt no pain at all until the next day. Please don't leave negative comments about my wife being a baby or anything. I'm not here to make her look bad or to bash her. I love and care about her a lot. I just need to know if I was being a jerk or not. A little bit. Yeah, you're a little bit of a fucking asshole guy, to be honest. Probably could have come across that a lot differently. And I don't know if, because I wasn't there, but maybe the tone of your voice was kind of cunty. But also at the same time, I mean, your wife, yeah, definitely could have let you have your friends over and whatnot, just to, at least you're there. So you are and you're fucking not at the same time. Maybe, especially with a woman that just had a baby, watch that tone, boy, and you might get a different reaction. Hey, if you've made it this far and you're on whatever you're listening to, whether it's Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, go ahead and give it a like, a follow, comment, share it with your friends if you've liked it this far. And we will keep on keeping on, I guess, as we move forward with the episode. Thank you for watching, listening, whatever you're doing, having me on in the background. Doesn't matter. Really appreciate it. This one is called, Am I the Asshole for Telling My Daughter Not to Talk to Me? Probably. Some backstory. I have 3 kids. 14, 16, and 25, all of them female. They used to get along great. Then 14 got a cat for her birthday and 16 hated him. I think she's scared of him, but she refuses to admit it. So she used it as an excuse to not have much of a relationship with her sister. She's also been more distant with the rest of the family in an attempt to distance herself from her sister and her cat. My husband also dislikes the cat, but he doesn't let it affect his relationship with his family. Smart man. My husband and I were at our friend's birthday party last week. We were supposed to be out late, and 14 and 16 were home alone. 16 was taking the family dog out, and 14's cat was trying to play with, and was, swiping at her feet. 16 called 14 to get her shithead cat away from her and told her what the cat was doing. Apparently 14 took her time to get there, then laughed, called the cat a good boy, and gave him a treat. 14 denied it, but it sounds like something she'd do. Yeah, well, that's sisterly love. Got to be cunts to each other. This sparked an argument between the two, and 16 kept cursing the cat out. She knows this hurts 14, and 14 retaliated by cursing her out. 16 responded by telling 14 that she doesn't love her and hasn't for a long time. She hates her. She's so excited for the day she gets to move out and never speak to her or see her again. This deeply hurt 14 because family is extremely important to her. And 25 lives nearby but never asks her to hang out and only speaks to her a couple times a year, which is already very hard for her. Damn, dude, 16's kind of a cunt, isn't she? Jesus Christ. Can't wait to never speak to you again. Fucking damn, dude, over a cat, of all things. Then to rub salt in the wound, she grabbed a treat, called the cat's name, and threw the treat outside. The cat chased it, and 14 spent over an hour looking for her cat. Yeah, 16's a cunt. For sure. 16 called my husband and told him about their argument, and 14 called me and told me what 16 did with the treat, so we had to leave early. When I got home, I grounded 16 because she escalated the argument by cursing the cat out, then hurt her sister by going on that spiel about she hates her and she's going to be alone, then for throwing the treat. But my husband ungrounded her and said that 14 should be punished for laughing and giving the cat a treat when he was trying to scratch 16. I don't know. I still think, but maybe both of them should be fucking grounded. Don't unground and ground. Over here, ground the fuck out of both of them. Teach them how to communicate better with each other, because 16's she's kind of a bitch, dude. 14 asked if anything was going to happen to 16, what she said and did, and 16 yelled that she meant everything. I told 16 that she ruined my weekend and not to speak to me. Okay. Well, parenting, right? My husband took her aside and has been sleeping on the couch since, and 16 hasn't spoken to me or 14 since the argument. Last night, I found my husband helping 16 pack and getting her important documents out of the safe. When I asked what he was doing, he said 16 was going to stay with 25. I told him 16 wasn't going anywhere, but he ignored me and went back to packing. 16 is gone now, and my husband is still on the couch. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter not to speak to me? Yeah, you kind of are, especially under the circumstance that you said, I told 16 that she ruined my weekend and not to speak to me. Aren't you the fucking parent, dude? You don't get to have fucking open weekends until those kids are out of the goddamn house. So it's not 16's fault. It's you're a fucking parent, and you got to do what you got to do to be a fucking parent, right? And ruined your whole ass weekend. I mean, fuck, dude. You guys were probably out like at dinner or something. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You're an asshole. You are an asshole. 16's a cunt. Don't get me wrong. 16 is totally cunty. But you're definitely an asshole in that situation for the whole you ruined my weekend, don't talk to me bullshit. Grow up. You're a fucking parent. Get over yourself. But I think 16's kind of a cunt. I think 14 shouldn't have laughed at 16 and then given the cat a treat. I don't think 16 should have said I hate you and your fucking cat, and I've hated you for a long time. I can't wait to get out and never speak to you again. I think that's really harsh. I think you guys need to go to fucking family therapy, to be honest with you guys, really, and maybe learn how to talk to each other and have some sisterly love. But you're an asshole. 16's a cunt. I'm gonna be honest. Like out of that, just reading that, I feel like 14 might be the only sweetheart in the house. I mean, fuck, you should have grounded both the girls for both of their shit. So, but anyway, asshole, 100%. That'll do it for this episode. If you haven't yet, go check out the advice episodes. And keep an eye out for the Eagle and LaRue podcast, which is coming out shortly. We're working on the logos now and everything like that, just so we can get shit ready. I'm doing a little bit of editing here and there because it is a fuck ton of footage to go through. And thank you for being here and listening to this episode. I appreciate all of you. Yeah, have a good rest of your day, motherfucker.